Hey, how you doing today? Just wanted to bring you this message on successful people versus unsuccessful people. Now, there's a quote out here that states that successful people do the things that unsuccessful people don't like to do. And you can look at this in so many different areas of life which this applies. And today I'm going to look at handwriting because it's very simple. We all do this. We all write. And, we're moving from the age perhaps where most people are going to, stop writing and start typing and pushing buttons. But for the most part, right now, we all write. And you can see through writing how your thoughts and your emotions affect your actions, literally. When you go onto a page and you're there and you're focused and you're calm, there's nothing distracting you, you have to write something, you're with it, your handwriting turns out beautifully, right? It turns out very nice, sort of like the top one here. Very legible, you can read it, you'll be able to understand what's being, the message being sent across. And it really does achieve its aim. That's the purpose of writing, so that you can see it, you can communicate this message. As you can see though, other times when I go to the pad, boom, all of a sudden, it's not as legible. Some thought or some emotion is affecting how I'm writing now. And you can see, another time I go again, similar thing happens. I'm being swayed, my actions are being swayed by my emotions, whatever is going on. And likewise here. But whenever I come to the table with the purpose of writing legibly, yes, I do get number one. I do get this kind of writing where it's very legible and you can see it. And I'm sure you can relate to this. And this is the same thing that when it comes to successful versus unsuccessful people do. Because if you're taking an action, let's say, going to the basketball court to play basketball. Now, what determines the successful person from the unsuccessful person is that the successful person is going to go through a certain procedure, certain set of motions to get them ready to go shoot the basketball. Boom. And more than likely, they're going to hit the shot because they're so engaged. They've brought everything, their whole self, to the action of shooting the basketball. So now it's an effective action to make the shot. The unsuccessful person comes in, hurriedly takes a shot, hurriedly takes a shot. Not understanding that there's a way to do it successfully, which is being with it, every motion, every step, being aware of what's happening at every step. And that's one of the biggest differences that differentiates successful people from unsuccessful people, especially now when it comes to your health and fitness. So it's important, just related to your handwriting. Whenever you're working out, say, hey, am I really into this? Am I really involved here? Or is my mind somewhere else? Or my emotions somewhere else? When you look at this, you can tell, even when you look at your own handwriting from page to page, day after day, you can tell that they're being affected by the way you think and the way you feel. And thus, your results are in accordance. So the purpose of writing is to be legible, to be clear, get the message out. And if you do it in a successful way, it fulfills it. Just like if you're shooting basketballs in a successful way, it fulfills it, you're going to score. And in the same way, if you approach your fitness, your health, your vitality, in the same way, you're going to see the results. It's that simple. However, the key is to always bring yourself to the table like that. And that's where it takes the work. Because you rather, for myself, instead of just getting a quiet space, sitting down, making sure I'm nice and relaxed, and then before I write, and I know if I do that, I'm going to have the most clear, legible writing, my thoughts are going to flow smoother. Compared to when I just come to the pad and just start because I just want to hurriedly get stuff out, which is cool and it works on some occasions. However, it doesn't fulfill a successful act of writing. It's not a successful act. Someone can't read that. Even I myself can't read that sometimes, the illegible writing. So that's the message. Fully put yourself into it. Take successful action, perfect action, meaning your entire being is with it, especially whether you're working out, whether you're visualizing, right? Which is even more important than the workout, the visualizing part. Whether you're doing that, whether you're working out, whether you're eating. That's what it's about. That's all it's about. So that's the message for today. One major difference between successful and unsuccessful people is that the successful person takes the action with their whole entire being into it. And the unsuccessful person is taking that action, but they're somewhere else. Their hands are going through the motion, but their minds, their thoughts, and emotions are actually doing something else. That's the difference. That's the message today. It's a beautiful day out there. I'm about to go for a walk with a friend and enjoy the day.